Let me explain something to you guys real quick before I get into the recap on yesterday, a better breakdown of yesterday. I kind of wanted to explain something. You know, I've been a Raider fan since 1997. My dad, he was a diehard Steeler fan his whole life, and he is a diehard Steeler fan. And what happened was he used to work at this water company, and they used to give him a lot of free, Bay Area tickets. He used to get tickets to the 49er games. He used to get tickets to the Raider games all the time. And, since he had me, I'm the only child and his only son, so he would just, get him. Even though he wasn't fans of the teams, he'd always take me to all the games and stuff. So the first game I ever went to was the San Francisco 49er game, and I had no idea who they played. I can't even tell you guys who they played. I barely remember it. But what I do remember is when I came up to the park, I remember there was a lot of fans around. It was kind of mellow. It was like a gloomy day that day in San Francisco. I went to the concession stands with my dad. We were kind of high up at Candlestick Park. I can't really remember. It was very boring. And I remember my dad was saying, "This game's kind of boring, huh?" And I was like, "Yeah, there's like nothing going on." It was kind of like, I was happy to be there, but at the same time, I really wasn't having that much fun. So when we left, he's like, "Well, son, I'll try and get some Raider tickets and I'll show you how a Raider game is in a couple weeks." I've been to a few Raider games, Steeler games in my life, so it's a little more action packed. And I was like, "All right, cool." So I ended up waiting a couple weeks, and he ended up getting tickets to division rivalry against the Kansas City Chiefs. That's when we had, it was like 1998. I mean, it was like 98 or something. We just got Charles Woodson, John Gruden. We had Rich Gannon on us. We had a lot of people. All our team was stacked. It was the team that was getting built to be in the Super Bowl for 2003. So the Raiders were starting to become really good again. And when I went, we ended up having black hole tickets. That is my first time in the Raider game. I'm right there deep in the black hole. And I remember all the fans were like lifting me up and they were throwing confetti. It was just really loud. Everyone was having a lot of fun. The atmosphere was super loud. It was just like the Raiders kicked the Kansas City Chiefs ass, and it was just a really good experience. And honestly, I was so mesmerized with the logo. I was mesmerized with the team. I never wanted to ever be a Steeler fan. My other side of the family was 49er fans and Cowboy fans. I was done. I was done with all those teams. I wanted to be the Raider fan. So I was one of the only Raider fans in the whole family, out of my dad's side and my mom's. So the point of the thing is, I've been a diehard Raider fan since 1997, 1998. That year's when I really started caring about the Raiders. And I witnessed the Super Bowl when I was really young. I wish I would have been a little older. And, I wish I would have witnessed the glory the whole season instead of just watching the Super Bowl in a couple games like the AFC, championship game against the Titans. There was a lot of times where I wish I could have seen more of the glory days, because honestly, what I've remembered now, guys, is I remember a big losing streak. The Raiders have been on a losing streak for nearly 10 years now, and I've seen more losing than winning. I'm going to be honest with you guys. That's just the honest opinion. My age, a 23-year-old Raider fan will tell you that every time the same. We have all witnessed more losing than winning, and I love the Raiders more than life itself. I love this logo. I love Al Davis. I love everything about the Raiders. I have a lot of Raider merchandise. I have this channel. I have a lot of tattoos on my legs with the Raiders. I'm kind of obsessed with the Raiders, to be honest with you. It's one of my passions. It's one of my hobbies. It's one of my addictions. And to see this team lose in and out every year and expecting high hopes, when Al Davis died, a lot of us were like, okay, this is going to be a new GM. It's going to have a new regime for the Raiders. We expected a big turnaround. The San Francisco 49ers were a really bad team for a long time. We already all know that. And living here in the Bay Area, you have to have a lot of shit, because now 1 year turnaround, one coach did it all, and now they're a Super Bowl contending team every year for 3 years now. You would think that would happen with the Raiders, but it hasn't. And you want to be as much positive as you can, and it hasn't happened yet. We haven't had that big break yet. We haven't had that ultimate coach that comes back with a lot of history. We get a new coach that has no coaching experience. So there's a lot of things that need to be changed. There's a lot of more, I don't understand what it is really. It's like I want to give Dennis Allen a chance, but it's like at the same time, I wish a really good coach like John Gruden would come back and really know what he's doing and know what he's talking about and have that fire and passion. I see fire and passion in Dennis Allen, but John Gruden would be like my favorite ever if he came back as head coach. I don't know. I don't want to keep ranting. I'm getting off of topic right now, but I'm just saying, guys, sometimes in these videos, when I do a video and a recap, if you're not a Raider fan, you don't understand. There's a lot of franchises out there that are always successful and that always have good draft picks. They've always never had a downfall. They've never had a draft bust. They've never had cap issues. The Raiders have went through cap issues, draft busts, people, cast-offs that were really good at one time but really just came to the Raiders to collect the paycheck and didn't do a good job here. So it's tough to be a Raider fan at times, guys, but you know what? I am never ashamed to wear this hat. I'm never ashamed to buy any Raider merchandise. I'm never ashamed to post all these things on my Instagram and post everything on YouTube and have a Raider channel, have Raider tattoos. It's the pride to be a Raider fan, and I would never pick another team ever. I think that this organization has the best history in all of sports. Al Davis was the greatest owner of all time. So when it all comes down to it, guys, the bottom line is I'm proud to be a Raider fan day in and day out, season in, season out. I'll be a season ticket holder for the rest of my life, and there's nothing I can do to change it. I'm not sad about it at all. So when you see me going in with some fire in my videos, getting really angry, it's just the passion that we all share of being a part of the Raider Nation. If you're a real Raider fan, you got to have that passion. If you're a Raider fan that just doesn't really watch the games and kind of just, oh, why are you getting so mad? Or, oh, why are you overreacting? You obviously don't have passion like I do. You obviously don't have that fire in you like all the Raider Nation should have. So, that's what I wanted to talk about. I just wanted to give you guys a brief summary of why I have so much passion for this and why a lot of us share the same passion. And it's cool that I have this Raider channel now, and I found a lot of you guys on Instagram. I have a lot of new friends now. I have a lot of people I could go out to the Raider games and meet a lot of new people, a lot of new faces, and have a good time in life, because while I'm on this earth, I'm going to enjoy my team even if they lose my whole life. You know what I'm saying? It's just something. I love the game of football. I love the Raiders, and that's it. I could care less about baseball. I could care less about basketball. I could care less about any other sport. The only thing I care about is the Oakland Raiders. That's it. If the Oakland Raiders do good, or if I could be able to watch the Oakland Raiders season in, season out, my life, I'm happy. That's cool. That's my high. That's my high. I used to be a really big drug addict, and now it's like my escape is on that football field to watch my team play, or at my home safe watching football Sunday. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's just the way I look at it. So that's it. I just want to share my passion for the Oakland Raiders. You guys go ahead and in the comments let me know how you became a Raider fan. If you guys want, one of you guys can make a video response to me, and we could talk about it. I'll comment back and stuff. If you guys want to make a video response to me, that'd be really cool, telling me how you became a Raider fan. Shout out to Raider Central. Let me know. I think your brother got you into the Raiders. I watched a long time ago. I watched a video. I don't know how Raider J told me one time how he became a Raider fan, but I think it's just the passion he saw when he came out to Cali. But I don't know. You got to let me know again, Raider J. There's a few others, Everything Raiders also. Let me know how you became a Raider fan. I think you live out in Idaho, so that would be interesting to find out how you live out there and you're a Raider fan. Alright guys, so let's touch bases on some stats from yesterday's game. Terrell Pryor, he completed 18 passes for 216 yards and a touchdown for a 2013 season total of 1,061 yards and 5 touchdowns. He added 60 yards on the ground to bring his season total to 289 yards. You can't blame the game on Terrell Pryor. Yes, he threw some interceptions, throwing the game, he threw it away carelessly, guys. And the thing that Terrell Pryor is not excusable, guys. You guys say I make a bunch of excuses for Terrell Pryor. I already told you this year, I'm not a Terrell Pryor fanboy. I'm not a fanboy for nothing. I'm no fanboy for no player at all. If the player steps up and makes plays, I respect him. But the thing that I don't respect and I don't like is when he's trying to run out of the pocket and he's trying to make this crazy play. He's about 15 yards backed up and he tucks the ball and takes it right out of bounds and loses about 15 yards. That's fucking retarded. Terrell Pryor, you need to throw that ball out of the... When you're out of the pocket and there's nothing downfield, throw that ball out. Don't juke back the other way and try and run out the other side of the fucking... the other side of the field. It's just stupid. You're going to get sacked. You're going to lose at least a minimum of 5 yards. So obviously throw the ball away. And that's something that is a quick fix that he's just trying to make a play out of. And I don't like that because it's hurting us in the offense. Denarius Moore was Pryor's favorite target against the Chiefs. Moore caught 5 passes for 82 yards. He averaged about 17 yards a catch, including a 39-yard catch for a run touchdown. The third receiver now has 399 yards, 4 touchdowns through 6 games. Again, Denarius Moore, he's stepping it up. He's showing that he could be that elite go-to receiver. Darren Mcfadden got into the mix, and an injury sidelined him in week 5. He carried the ball 16 times for 52 yards. Guys, Darren Mcfadden used to be a very explosive player, but now, he would break for 20 yards or so every freaking time or every other time, and now it seems like he can't even break. I get happy when he breaks for 5 yards, guys. Every single time he tries to hit a hole, he breaks down and falls right into the pile. He never tries to elude the pile. He never tries to go out. Like his route running, it's just like he sticks to that route. If the route collapses, that's it, play's over. You see a lot of players in the NFL, a lot of running backs, they're elusive. They change the route if they have to. They'll go through a different hole if they see it break. But obviously, we don't have a good offensive line, which I know that. But we changed this offensive scheme for Darren Mcfadden. He's been injured. He's missed practically 25 games in his career in 6 years, which is absolutely garbage. And I'm telling you guys, he owes us a big season. He needs to do everything in his power to make a big play for us, guys. He owes us that much. We've changed this scheme. We've kept him around. He gets paid a lot of money. You guys, some of you fanboys, you Darren McFadden fanboys in the fucking comments need to stop kissing his fucking dick and be a damn analyst and see what the hell the problem is, guys. He's not a good running back this year. He hasn't been a good running back in 2 years. Honestly, like he doesn't break out anymore. He doesn't have these big plays. And I don't understand why you guys saying, oh, I still have faith in Darren McFadden. I still have this and that. You have faith in Darren McFadden? If I had faith in Darren McFadden, I'd like to see him play fucking 16 games or 17 games, whatever. He doesn't play shit. He only plays about 7 games and gets hurt, and then he'll come back for the last 2 games of the season. Get his ass off the field if he can't stay healthy. I'm just sorry. That's just the way it goes. If you can't stay healthy for fucking 6 years, you haven't been able to play a full season, something's wrong. You don't deserve the money. Take a fat pay cut or don't fucking get paid at all and get off our team. That's what I have to say to Darren McFadden. So all you fanboys, stay the fuck out of the comments because you're fucking idiots if you think that he deserves a big contract or I'm fucking crazy for thinking the way I do. Nick Roach, he led the Raiders defense in tackles with 8. It says with 8. I don't get that. He added a sack for a loss of 10 yards, a tackle loss, and a quarterback hurry. So Nick Roach doing a really good job. He's right there in that front core. He's the one that's always, doing the audibles on the defense, reading what's going on in the offense. I like him a lot. He's a very passionate guy, very serious. He's very serious. If you watch an interview with him, he wants to play the game well. He wants to execute well, and that's what he does. He shows up to what he has to do, and he's trying to live up to his contract, and I respect Nick Roach a lot. He's a very cast off behind Brian Urlacher for years, and he's finally got that his own spot right there in the middle core. He's replacing Rolando McClain, such a pussy-ass bitch. So I'm glad Rolando McClain's out. Nick Roach is being that elite linebacker that we need. He's got that passion. I think Nick Roach will definitely be on the Raiders for a while. Positive out of this Chiefs game, guys, is Marquette King has a damn good leg. And our defense was looking damn good, guys. So that's good things out of this game. The negative is obviously we need better we need a better offensive line. Stefan Wisniewski needs to get healthy. Jared Valdir needs to come back. Andre Garade needs to step it up and not be injured. And I think even Tony Pashos went down, or I don't know how you say it, but I think he did too. I don't know. Once our offensive line went down yesterday, the game was completely over. The Chiefs got all the momentum. They were starting to sack and get to Terrell Pryor. Terrell Pryor needs to learn how to throw that ball out of bounds, and that's it, guys. We have a bye week right here. We come back to play the Steelers at home. We usually win the Steelers there at their home, and we usually win them definitely in Oakland. So I think we'll win this game. This is going to be a good game. Me and my dad are going to watch it. He's a big Steeler fan, as I told you guys. So I'll definitely see you guys. I'll make a couple videos, before the Steeler game. And I just wanted to do a recap one more time for the Chiefs game, guys. So thank you very much for watching this video. And, I'll see you guys later. Peace out, Raider Nation.